1824, Gibbons versus Ogden. The Supreme Court of the United States held that the power to regulate interstate commerce was granted to Congress by the Commerce Clause of the Constitution. The case was argued by some of America's most admired and capable attorneys at the time. Exiled Irish patriot Thomas Addis Emmet and Thomas J. Oakley argued for Ogden, while William Wirt and Daniel Webster argued for Gibbons. All rise. Aaron Ogden, lawyer Thomas J. Oakley. Thomas Gibbons, lawyer Daniel Webster. Please be seated. We will start case number 32, Gibbons versus Ogden. Court in session. Ogden, let's hear your case.
We are suing the party of Gibbons because they're using our waters in New York for unauthorized reasons.
Thank you. Please be seated. Gibbons, let's hear your case.
We plead not guilty because taxation is not a form of commerce and we should not be at fault because of New York's choices.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ogden, you may begin your case.
We're filing a complaint asking to restrain Gibbons from operating the boats. States often pass laws on issues regarding interstate matters, and states should have fully concurrent power. Thus, the monopoly should be upheld.
Thank you for your case. Order in the court. Gibbons, you may present your case.
Well, Your Honor, Congress has exclusive national power over interstate commerce, according to Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution, and arguing otherwise would result in confusing and contradicting regulatory policies.
Thank you. Please be seated.
To my understanding, Your Honor, they never had any authorization to use.
That's a lie! We have documentation right here.
Order in the court. I will have order in this court.
You do not allow illegal commerce on our rivers.
Ogden, please be seated. Gibbons, sit down. I will have order in this court. Gibbons, if this is true and you do have documentation, then this court case will end immediately.
We have documentation right here, Your Honor.
This is a voting license. Ogden, do you have any more statements?
Your Honor, on behalf of my client, a boating license is not a legal form of documentation to use our waters. Therefore, this is an unconstitutional act.
Gibbons, let me see your voting license. Gibbons, you're aware that your voting license expired last month, correct?
No, Your Honor, I just renewed it.
It says expired about 3 weeks ago to be exact. Ogden, please be seated. Gibbons, your license. Ogden, you may continue your testimony.
Your Honor, using New York's waterways is illegal and therefore
Objection! That's
fraud.
why!
Hey, don't say that!
Why? Get
Order in the court!
license for it.
Order in the court! Gibbons, sit
Because
down!
I got the license for
Order
it!
in the court! I will have you removed if you cannot contain yourself. Ogden, please continue. Ogden, I sure hope you're getting somewhere with this case.
Your Honor, what they did is unconstitutional. We shouldn't even have to be in court.
Gibbons, Ogden, let me see your testimonies, please. Ogden, you may be seated. Well, this does say this after all, but... It's an interesting point. The court will now take a short recess. Gibbons, Ogden, your testimonies.
You're supposed to be helping me out here.
Try my best.
I have the license. You come on with that.
I'm trying.
It gives me permission to do it.
Are you Mom?
No.
You're pretty much.
I know, we have it. It's
Recess. Recess has ended.
Let's go.
court has not reached its final judgment. New York law is found invalid because the Commerce Clause of the Constitution designated power to Congress to regulate interstate commerce, and that the broad definition of commerce included navigation. Gibbons, you lose!
Thank you, Your Honor. Calling a fair trial.
Thank you.
No, I knew this case was headed that direction all along. I mean, I knew right then and there that they were illegal to begin with. What the hell?
I had the license.
That was no license, it was expired and you know it.
Well, I felt that I had enough to win this case. I mean, I'm not much of a lawyer. I thought he was a good one, but he wasn't.
Sorry.
I think that having the license could have done it, and he just didn't use that to my advantage. I mean, I had the license and I could have won. I had the license.
This court was a waste of my time. Gibbons had a boating license. This boating license had nothing about regulating commerce up this river. The court.
I'm the one that's saying let's do it on the computer. I mean,
The court of New York had absolutely no right to give Gibbons this power at all. Ogden simply said no, and he did it anyways. Therefore, this court should not have happened at all.
What did I say all along?
I had the license.
What did I say?
And
You don't believe me. Be in the New York waters?
Hey Ben, do you know where the mallet is?
Quit, you're wasting the bill!
1824, Gibbons versus Ogden. All rise. Thomas Addison. All rise. Thomas Addis Emmett. Thomas J. Oakland. William Ward.
God!
Gibbons, let's hear your case.
God! What's so hard, dude?
I don't know.
Nobody's.
Oh, my bad.
Order in the court. Gibbons, you may present your case.
Damn it, dude, it's too close!
Order in the court. Gibbons, you may present your case.
Congress has inclusive.
I will have order in this court. Gibbons. Ogden, please continue your testimony.
Your Honor, using New York's waterways. Hold on, someone's calling me. Yeah, Dad. I'm good.
Cut it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Calling